Now here we have the brand new Miss Dior Essence by Christian Dior, and this is a brand new 2025 release. Now, of course, the original came out many decades ago. It is such an iconic fragrance. It is one that I've had a lot of experience with. I've smelled it on so many ladies in my past, and this is such a beautiful, in my opinion, reinvention of the original. Now, in case you don't know, this is probably one of the most iconic fragrances from this line. Of course, Christian Dior is known for Poison, they're known for Fahrenheit, they're known for so many incredible lines, and of course, more recently for the gentleman, we have Sauvage, of which we've had so many flankers, including the Eau de Parfum, the Elixir, and the Eau Forte version as of late. Now, of course, with Francis Kurkdjian taking the helm as the new in-house master perfumer for the brand, he's been composing everything. And so while the original Miss Dior was certainly not made by Francis Kurkdjian, this reinvented flanker is. And this is Miss Dior Essence. Now, when you smell this fragrance, you will notice that there might be a little bit of a bridge between the original and this one, but it goes in such a different direction. Now, before I begin the video, I do want to mention that if you're a fan of perfume-related content, and of course, if you love smelling your best, please hit subscribe, hit that neighboring bell so you can be notified whenever I do upload these daily videos. And also give this video a thumbs up for the algorithm, as it would greatly assist in this channel's visibility, and it will push this video out in front of more people, which I think spreads my fragrance passion with as many people as possible. And that's ultimately what I'm trying to do here. So this is the latest pickup of mine, and I personally love the motif that you have here on the front, which is kind of iconic, and you've seen that in so many other Christian Dior bottles. And then, of course, the motif itself is in this frosted glass finish. Now, the liquid on the inside of the bottle is this pink color, which I think feminizes the presentation in a significant way, but I love that there is a black bow, and the black bow almost adds like this hint of danger to the composition. And what are we going to get as far as the notes go? Well, we have blackberry, we have elderflower, we have jasmine, and as I smell it, it has this very strong, vibrant floral presence, and the elderflower really comes through. You get that density right off the bat. And I know that it's not the jasmine playing a role on its own here. And oftentimes when I smell a jasmine-based perfume, it's so easy to then turn around and say, well, you know, this is very clean, it's very wispy, it's very ethereal, it's very moderate, it's very subdued, understated, all of those things. Those are typical associations that I would make with the smell or the aroma profile of jasmine. That's not the case here, because this one is not, it doesn't come across as a very clean, subdued scent. Like there's a density to it, there's a weight to it. And interestingly enough, so I did a comparison. I went on the official website where it has a description of the fragrance listed out. And then I went on a very popular online fragrance forum. And on that forum, they list marmalade as a note or an accord, which, I mean, is not listed on the website, obviously, but you do have that density to it, which I think is really funny. And I guess the blackberry kind of contributes to that. So it's this blackberry, elderflower, and jasmine fragrance with some smooth woods in the dry down, maybe a few musks in there as well. And of course, with a perfumer like Francis Kurkdjian, you're expecting something that is, I mean, masterfully put together. When you think, you know, this gentleman is, and I've met him in person several times, I've worked on a fragrance with him as well. This gentleman is responsible for fragrances like Le Male by Jean Paul Gaultier. He's done several flankers to Le Male as well, including Ultra Male, which is one of my favorites. He's done several fragrances for Christian Dior. He's done the newest Sauvage flanker. He's done a lot of fragrances. And of course, he has his own line, of which I am a huge fan of, you know, Cologne pour le Matin, or even Baccarat Rouge, as viral as it has become. And even though a lot of people say it's kind of overdone, nevertheless, it doesn't change his influence in the perfume industry, because he is one of the greatest, and there's no denying that. This perfume has this beautiful blackberry note that is not overly saccharine. If you're expecting a sweet expression, you are not going to get that here. As a matter of fact, there's nothing sweet in this fragrance, which I was quite surprised by, because the first thing I think initially that you would expect is for this to have some sweet properties. We've seen raspberry in fragrances. They can come across smelling rather sweet. Francis Kurkdjian has even done Burberry Her, different brand, and that has a strawberry note in the opening. It's rather sweet, right? So a lot of the fragrances have pursued this gourmand avenue. This is anything but that. This is very classy. This is very sophisticated. This is very nicely put together. This is a very confident, bold, and outgoing olfactive expression. And I truly feel as though that's what the perfumer and the brand as a whole was aiming to accomplish with this particular release. Just something very professional, very elegant, confident woman, modern woman, and there is that sexiness about it as well. I don't think the elderflower is going to be everybody's cup of tea. So what I would suggest is try it for yourself. Of course, it's going to be available. It's a Christian Dior fragrance. It's going to be available in department stores. So see if you can get your nose on it in person, because I suspect that there's going to be a lot of women who are going to absolutely fall in love with it. And they're going to say, oh my goodness, this is so rich. This is so different. And I think it's also going to appeal to a lot of those, Miss Dior consumers throughout the years, and maybe they just want to modernize their olfactive wardrobe. They want to add the latest expression to the list. And I think they're going to try it for that reason. But at the same time, I think there's going to be a lot of women who might pick it up and smell it and they'll say, this is very different from all the previous Miss Dior's. Like, what's happening here, right? So this is why I'm not saying to you, go out there and blind buy it or race to the store to get your bottle. This is a fragrance that is a very different olfactive expression from its predecessors. But I'm quite eager for more women to get out there and to try it for themselves. And I sincerely hope that you fall in love with this fragrance, because I think it's a very special addition to the Miss Dior lineup. And I'm just very happy to have a bottle of it in my collection. So thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you so much for tuning in to this video. I sincerely hope you took something of value from today's episode. And of course, if you did, please do consider supporting the channel by clicking subscribe, hitting the bell, and once again, give this video a thumbs up for the algorithm. It would really mean a lot to me. So thank you again so much. I love you all. I appreciate you all. And we'll see you tomorrow with a new episode.